You just fucking called our audience stupid.
Well, some people don't know that shit. You know what I mean? Like my brother for the longest time thought the saying was, "Don't lick a gift horse in the mouth."
Where the fuck is McClay?
There we go.
Dude,
Oh
what?
yeah. All right, ready? Action.
Awesome. This is the Bogcast, episode 129. I'm your host, Keith Obit, joined with my best friend, Brian McClay. If you enjoyed the show, make sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, and hit that red subscribe button. I was looking at the analytics, and over 90% of our watchers are unsubscribed. So all you got to do is a split second, just fucking hit that red button real quick. You could also find more videos above McClay's head if you're watching this on your phone or on your PC, not on your television. There's nothing there above McClay's head if you're watching this on TV. We have some Patreon shout outs. If you don't know about Patreon, you want to tell them about Patreon real quick, McClay?
Patreon is a place where you can support the Bogcast. If you guys like what we're doing, not only the best two ways to help us, or if to show your support to us, is by hitting that subscribe button and joining our Patreon. For as little as $5 a month, you can help us out if we ever need equipment or all that kind of stuff. As a matter of fact, shout out to the new patrons who were instrumental in getting us these new badass.
They paid for these?
Well, part of it, you know what I mean? So the boom mics and stuff. So shout out to them.
Yeah, we got so we have different tiers on the Patreon. There's a $2 one if you just want to support. And depending on the tier, you get access to different things. So for example, if you subscribe to the $5 one, there's all kinds of extra behind the scenes footage, and the last 15 minutes of every episode are actually for our Patreon members only. And sometimes those conversations kind of get the most wild and craziest and the deepest because we're kind of censored sometimes on YouTube in a sense, you know what I mean? Because there's a fine line where they could demonetize you at any time. Patreon, there's no fucks given. So if you want to see like literally the unfucking filtered version of the podcast, that's where you're going to get like the real shit. And we're just getting crazy as far as adding content on there. We're just getting started with that. And so shout out to Will Kenny, who became a new Patreon, Mandel Moreno, Liza Davis, and also Jesse Williamson. We just want to thank you guys for all becoming Patreon members. Like I said, there's all kinds of extra behind the scenes on there. Some of the higher tiers, I think we have a tier for is it like $50 a month?
Yeah,
like if you're just some baller, if you have a rich uncle that can afford $50 a month who doesn't give a fuck, we'll send him a Ladmo bag with CBDs. We got fucking stickers and shit, just all kinds of different items, goodies, and goofy stuff and goodies and stuff. We actually hand the Ladmo bags out to each guest. So yeah, check us out on patreon.com/thebogcast.
If you guys want some dope gear, check us out on Teespring. You can get a Where the Fuck is McClay t-shirt with my beautiful mug right on front of the t-shirt. New summer gear. All kinds of dope gear, so check it out.
Got masks, shirts,
coffee mugs,
tank tops, mugs, posters. Did I say masks already?
Mm-hmm.
You can get a mask actually with, do I have the sticker here? This is one of my favorite stickers. McClay created this. You're actually taking an acid tab of the podcast. So, matter of fact, if you want a free sticker, just all you have to do is fucking email us or message us and we'll fucking send you some stickers and shit. So,
hell yeah.
Teespring.com/thebogcast, I think. I'll put the link up right here.
Yeah.
And hopefully like a cool video or something.
It's always in the description too.
And I never thought I would say this in my lifetime. I was trying to avoid it at all costs, dude. And I fucking finally caved in. But you could finally find the podcast on motherfucking TikTok. Yep, you heard me. Motherfucking TikTok. I said it. I didn't think I never wanted to start another app, dude.
We thought we were too old for TikTok.
I did think I was too old for TikTok, but every time I talk to my sister or hang out with her, she's would always encourage me to make one for Fabius. So finally, just the other night, I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna make one for him. Why not? Maybe drive some more traffic onto his YouTube channel because he has, I'm lame like that. I made him a YouTube channel and shit too. And
I don't think that's lame. I think you just love your dog, brother.
yeah.
Hey, you know what?
Well, he's just an entertaining fucking dog,
Yeah.
and I'm always filming him, and people eat that shit up. And so it's like, and I learned how to edit from doing this podcast and shit. So it's just kind of fun to edit different kinds of content.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
But anyway, I fucking made him a profile on TikTok or whatever and shit. Dude, I spent fucking like 2 hours on there fucking going through, laughing my ass off. Just like, dude, there's some wild shit on there. There's some like hood shit, just like shootings you hear and see. Fucking army shit where they're like loading tanks, fucking flying jets. You're like, they're on their phones and shit. And on TikTok, it's wild, dude. And I realize I've been trying to get on Facebook, forever. And the reason why is because it's all opinions and political bullshit. Dude, TikTok is just more creative, funny stuff. Every once in a while you get an opinion and shit. And I was just like, why have I not been on this before? And I looked, and most of my favorite podcasts are on there. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to make a podcast one. I fucking made a podcast one within 24 hours. One of our clips hit like almost fucking 4,000 views. The view count on there is wild compared to YouTube, Instagram, or any of the other algorithms and shit. And
short attention spans.
The short attention spans, yeah. And
you know who was one of the first people I remember talking about TikTok and even saying the exact same things you were saying? Christina Pajitsky.
Tom's wife?
Yeah. Remember there was a point at one point where Tom was like, you can't bring up these TikToks anymore because they're just so...
Tom said that too?
Yeah. He's like, we'll just waste all our time talking about how great TikToks
my
are.
Fucking thumb hurts. I swear to God, from scrolling through fucking TikTok. And because there's funny, I love pranks. The funniest fucking pranks, fucked up pranks and shit. Dude, Cops has a TikTok. So you're just fucking watching people get busted and shit. It's fucking badass.
Wow. That's where entertainment is going to, unfortunately. And
I forgot who it was exactly. It was some podcaster or somebody that I like and respect, and they were saying if you're not on TikTok, you're an idiot because they have over 1 billion users, more than YouTube. So we should have been on there a long time ago. So I don't think I ever dissed on TikTok necessarily, but I just kind of felt like, oh, this is for the kids. But I feel like we're in this age where we're kind of in the middle, where like Facebook's is like for old people. Facebook is for old people. Let's face it. Like, now, like kids these age, like they're on TikTok and fucking, like you said, the things with
Instagram,
shorter spans of time, with the videos and shit. But yeah, so we are on TikTok, just the Bogcast. If you want to follow us, there's a bunch of clips on there and shit. Fabius has a TikTok and shit, and
good shit.
So when are you gonna get on there?
I got to get on there soon, right? There's no
I would
reason
at least
not to
just spend one night to lurk.
I've lurked before because you can actually kind of like go and search on a computer, like, TikTok videos. Like somebody will send me a link and it'll be a TikTok video. And I'm like, I'll be honest, dude, the only thing that made me not want to get an account is all the talk about like
the Chinese
I
know
shit.
That's exactly why I never got it, because early on with TikTok, the I don't know if it was true or not, but they said that it was like a Chinese spyware pretty much on your shit. And I was like, fuck that shit.
Yep.
But I look at it like they're spying. Everyone's spying on me.
They are.
Like, what the fuck?
Who
gives a fuck? Let China too. Who gives a fuck?
At this point, like, your information's out there.
Yeah, well, I'm fucked anyway. And people are making a lot of money. They make a lot of money off of your data and your info and the shit you buy. Like even the stuff you tie to your phone number when you plug in to check out and shit. Like all that stuff is just.
If you have a doctor and your doctor has your information on some type of computer, you're already fucked. So like I remember people used to always be like, I don't put any of my information on the internet or the phone or this and that. And I'll be like, it doesn't matter. They already have your information. No, they don't. I don't put that out there. I go, does your doctor have your information on file? If your doctor does, you're fucked. Does your bank have your information on file? If your bank does, you're fucked. Your shit's already out there. Do you have a Facebook account? You're fucked.
Oh, you're triple fucked.
Yeah.
Did you see that ad they did? I think was it in Singapore or maybe Japan, where they had a what are those codes called that you scan?
QR codes.
It was a QR code in the sky, just big as fuck.
That is fucking awesome. Like a
like a hologram.
Oh my god.
And you go like this, and you download a video game.
Oh my god.
That is the
awesome.
fucking future of advertising right there, dude. That made me think of like Blade Runner for some reason. Yeah,
fuck yeah, dude. You know what it makes me think of? Ready Player One.
Yeah, totally.
I feel like that's where we're going.
And I also think we're going into, I don't know if you remember Minority Report,
yep.
but he would be walking and then the ads would literally read your eyes and then know what ad to play for you. Yep. That seems pretty realistic.
That's Spielberg, bro. Just knowing.
Yeah.
Do you hear about, well, I'll get into that later.
What?
Well, did you, I don't know how true this is, but there's rumors.
You're always spreading rumors on
I know, right? I don't know how true it is, but there's rumors that.
Rumor report with McClay.
That Ghislaine Maxwell has ties to Bill Gates and his wife.
Oh, is that why they divorced and shit?
Yeah, there's talk about like somebody in their company,
Where do you
higher
get all
up
this shit?
I listen to different podcasts.
Because I looked up a couple of your rumors and sometimes I don't check out. Like the Robert Pattinson having sex with what's her name in the Batmobile.
You looked that up and you didn't see it?
Yeah, I don't think it's true.
I think it's true.
You just love spreading shit.
Well, you know me, dude. I'm always watching these crazy fringe shit. You know what I mean? Like I'm really geeking out right now because the days are counting down. We got 180 days until they start releasing more data about the UFO shit. You know, and then we're also getting these new videos and
Is there any new? Because I would also like to do a UFO report. Almost every episode. Is there any new?
Yeah.
Usually I would bring it up. I haven't really heard anything.
Yeah.
I knew there was a few people thought there was a sighting. I think it was last night or the night before, but it was actually Elon Musk's Starlink.
Mm-hmm.
He was releasing.
Same thing that he did back in December of a couple years ago, where everybody freaked out.
Dope,
I know, right?
Sorry, we play these fucking stands up. Oh man, sorry.
Just makes
this is like
everything
the
so much
final
better.
piece we needed to the podcast, and then along with this dope lighting that we got finally. So hopefully you enjoy the new look of the podcast.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
And let us know. Definitely let us know what you think. So anyways, yeah, there's that new video that came out that they released or that the government said was real, which showed these triangle UFOs.
I've seen that.
Sometimes they call them pyramids, but you can't tell.
Was it above
depth.
the submarines?
Yeah, and it was three. It was
trippy, dude.
green. Yeah, trippy, right? And supposedly there is a video that's coming out soon of things coming in and out of the water, and that is supposed to be just absolutely crazy. You've
been saying that for a while about the UFOs coming out of the ocean.
Yeah, for 20 years. Yeah. 20 years, man. They're down in the Marianas Trench.
I know something I wanted to ask you about that is I read a headline. I started in that article, but I didn't know if the source was credible or not. But some guy says that the UFOs or aliens took our nukes and pretty much turn them off.
Yeah, they've done that multiple times over North Dakota. So what they do, there's a bunch of really famous.
Do you know the guy I'm talking about? He just came out with this like within a week. He's some credible guy supposedly from the CIA or the government. Or
I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
or,
he used to be like one of the head. Yeah. No, that's 100% real.
I say this every episode, but one day we're gonna have a laptop to look this bullshit up.
Yeah, 100% real. I think it was Minot, North Dakota, was one of the famous ones. And they've hovered over nuclear silos and literally started launch codes and turned them off just to show the humans like they can do that shit.
Well, this guy was saying that he turned them off on the U.S., like all of them, and only ours are off, and we're actually vulnerable right now.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know how true that is, but it could be. Like I've never heard of them turning them off or I've never heard of, you can't turn off a nuke. What you can do is you can kill all the machines that run it, right? So there's been times where they've started launch codes and launch procedures and stopped them, just crazy shit. And they literally, when this was happening, the UFOs were literally hovering over the silos. Crazy shit, man.
Yeah, I think this might have been just like an old article that maybe resurfaced online that I read. It's from
Yeah.
like UFO.com.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are those sites even credible? Or
Some of them are. You know,
so this has been going on for
you
a
gotta
long time. This is nothing new.
nothing new. No. But there are new shit that I'm hearing every day, right? Like, and here's the problem: you have to learn to separate the wheat from the chaff. And what that means, if you guys ever heard that saying and you don't know what that means, in order to get the grains off the wheat, you have to separate the wheat from the shaft of the.
I know what it means.
Yeah, well, I'm telling people, yeah,
sorry. I didn't know
yeah,
they were
you have to
there.
separate the wheat from the shaft. You know what I mean? In order to get the good stuff, right? So when I say you have to learn how to separate the wheat from the shaft, you have to learn to be able to say what that dude's saying doesn't make any fucking sense. What this guy's saying not only makes sense, but he's fucking credible.
You just fucking called our audience stupid.
Well, some people don't know that shit. You know what I mean? Like my brother for the longest time thought the saying was "Don't lick a gift horse in the mouth."
Huh?
And the saying is "Don't look a gift horse in the mouth."
I
You know
think
what that saying means?
I think I've had a few sayings throughout my life wrong.
So here's the crazy one: "Don't look a gift horse in the mouth." Well, that saying is way old, and people still use it. And basically, what that means is you don't, like, if somebody gives you a present, you don't go, "Oh, this is kind of shitty," right? Or and the reason why that means that is because if somebody used to gift you a real horse, because the horse was the main thing, and you instantly looked in its mouth to see if it was healthy, that's kind of fucked up. The dude just gave you a horse. At least say thankful. Yeah, you know. So there's all those great sayings. I love some of those sayings, but I digress. The UFO shit is getting hot and heavy. A lot of people. So I listen a lot to Linda Moulton Howe. She is one of the greatest UFO researchers. She's won Emmys. She's got masters. Just amazing researcher. One of the best. And she's putting out a lot of stuff right now talking about. She is the person that's known for whistleblowers contacting her, and one of my favorite ones ever that she got contacted by was a person that went to, I think it was Antarctica, and did tests on like underground bases there. And we're hearing more and more and more about these underground bases, but underwater, right? Because the rumors is that
Seems to make more sense.
it makes a lot more sense, right?
Because you just go in and out.
Yeah, they can't they can't follow you. We can't follow them. So there's rumors about the underwater stuff that we're gonna see videos of things coming in and out of water. They're saying within the next 180 days that they're hoping.
So UFO people are just like this,
Oh
huh?
yeah, but here's the other problem. On one hand, you're like that. On the other hand, you're like, I've heard this shit before. Well, sorry, I know,
but if you heard it before and they're showing you no, then that does not mean that it's.
Well, what I mean by I've heard before is that we're gonna get something.
Oh, and they're not gonna show it.
But we can't say that anymore because we've gotten the Tic Tac video. We got the Go Fast video.
Why do you think they're releasing all this shit?
Because they've gotten to a point where people are okay with it enough to, and the technology is so good that people are going, hold on here, you know what I mean? Like, this is
we
bullshit.
Didn't come up with it.
Yeah. You don't
think it's a distraction?
No, I think if anything, they're releasing it now because we're distracted, right? Dude, we talk about it all the time on the show. They fucking government came out and said, yes, these things are real and we don't know what they are.
It's the craziest thing that's ever happened in my life.
And nobody's talking about it because of all the crazy shit that's going on. Like, you know,
that's kind of actually what I meant, like the opposite.
Yeah.
Of distraction.
Yeah, I think that's a reason. And I think that there's also people who are in those positions that know this stuff that feel like people should know. I think more and more
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Elizondo, this whistleblower, that whistleblower, Bob Lazar. You know, more people are like that now because they've grown up going, no, people should know this shit. 50 years ago, if you asked the common person, hey, should regular people know about that? They'd be like, no, everybody would go
it's
crazy.
Like World of the Worlds.
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
That was a fake radio show.
Yeah.
People freaked out.
Exactly. So I think we're at the point now
Not fake, but fiction.
Yeah. I think we're at the point now where most people are okay with there being extraterrestrial life. What they're not okay with is if they're good or bad. Right? So, you know, we hear, like, I know people think Tom DeLonge is crazy. But Tom DeLonge called this shit 2 years, and everything he said came out. He talked about, I have this insider. Who was his insider? It was the fucking chief of staff for Barack Obama, you know what I mean, and Hillary Clinton. That came out and they released in the leaked Hillary Clinton emails. It got proven, not even by Tom DeLonge, by something complete. So Tom DeLonge is talking to the right people. Well, Tom DeLonge said for a long time that aliens are not good. They're very bad. They're evil. They do bad things. They show up at bad times. They're not good. And that's the scary part, because we can't stop them. There's nothing we can do. Absolutely nothing.
That'd be the one thing to unite the world, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you go back to that. I would hope so. But at some point when you can't do nothing, what do? That's the scary part. I don't think there's ever been anything like that where we can do nothing.
That's why it's so odd that they're letting the public know this shit.
Yeah.
I still don't feel like people are ready. If a UFO came down and the fucking White House came out of the video and said, look, and the aliens met aliens and shit, people would freak the fuck out still, dude. I think.
I agree. To a point, but not to a point of like 50 years ago.
No.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen Independence Day.
We need Will Smith more than ever.
Yeah.
He's actually getting into shape, so maybe that's why. Did you see that?
Why?
I don't know. He posted his dad bod the other day and was like, I need to get into shape. So it's like, all right.
That dude never has to work again, man.
I
was thinking about that the other day. These old actors like Tom Cruise. At one point, does Tom Cruise go, fuck?
Dude, okay, so people make fun of Tom Cruise and all this. I make fun of Tom Cruise. I mean, he's a wacky fucking dude. But the one thing I do respect that motherfucker for is his love for film. Like, he loves fucking making movies probably more than anybody. Whether they're good or bad and you like them or not, that's where his fucking heart is, dude. Yep. I've seen so many behind the scenes shit on him or whatever, and I'm just like, wow, this motherfucker lives and breathes that shit, dude. And that's all he cares about. And he does the craziest shit for film. Hanging off the side of fucking planes, walking up,
breaking his legs,
those buildings in Dubai, fucking, like, he gives no fucks, dude. If for being worth that much money, and I can't believe that he gets the insurance from the production company to do even those wild stunts.
You know why, right?
Because he owns it. He is the production company. That's what I think. I think he just figures it out.
It's because he talks to those aliens.
He probably is a fucking alien, dude.
He is an alien.
I'm pretty sure they're living amongst us. I mean,
oh yeah.
Do you think Elon Musk is an alien?
What do you mean by living amongst us? Like they could shapeshift? I don't believe that. I believe that they're on the earth. You know what I mean? I don't think they're walking around.
How are they on the earth? What are they doing? Hiding in a cave?
No, I think that there's, if anything, that like from crash retrievals, we've gotten some. They're hiding in some deep underground base with the government style, and then I think that they're in underground water bases. I think that for sure. I mean, they're underground or underwater.
But not walking amongst us.
I don't think so. Not unless that we've got them from crash retrievals, because most crash retrievals talk about seeing the bodies, right? I mean, Roswell is not the only crash retrieval. There are fucking so many ones that are way better than that. And there's been talks about them finding live bodies before. That whole J-Rod, the EBEN, the term EBE, extraterrestrial biological entity, comes from one of those stories. I remember telling you back 20 years ago about Dan Burrish, and I don't know if I believe Dan Burrish now, but how he was a scientist and working at this underground base.
That got killed?
No, he didn't get killed. That was
you showed me some guy that was going around speaking, and he's like, if I get killed, it was the fucking government.
Yeah, he went into an underground base and had a firefight with aliens, and they fucked him up. That's not how he died, though.
Which guy?
The guy that
I'm talking about?
Yeah, that you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, remember they shot like half of his hand off? He said that they had like there's a lot of talks. Now, I don't know if this is true or not. Don't get me wrong. Like, there's some of the shit that I'm talking about.
You're just repeating videos and stories.
Yeah. He said that they do this thing and some of them can push energy out of like their chest and just fuck people up. And the whole special forces team got fucked up, and they went into a deep underground base, or they were drilling for a deep underground base, and they hit a base that was already there. And that's what they say. Supposedly, these bases, these aliens, have been here for millions of years.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean?
So there's already like a huge underground, like crazy complex structure.
Yeah. And they hit one, and a firefight broke out, you know, and that dude died.
Seems pretty believable.
Now it does. 10 years ago, it wasn't.
The underground base shit?
Yeah. 20 years ago, it wasn't, because I remember telling people stories like, you're crazy. There's supposed to be this one up in New Mexico that's really famous. Of course, Area 51, S4. There's I think it's S4 is like 8 stories underground or something. They have, you know, airplane hangar bigger than they're building fucking airplanes down there, you know, and shit like that. They have UFOs down there.
Don't you think
that's been, the government came out and said that they have pieces from off-world vehicles.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
I can't believe that.
Yeah.
God damn, I forgot what I was gonna say.
I can't remember that guy's name for some reason right now. I usually always pop it off. William Peterson? No. Anyways.
I had a question about
we were talking Tom Cruise.
No, it was about UFOs actually. I just think that they are future versions of us.
I thought that for a long time. I remember thinking
like the way
that's why their heads.
Everyone's head's coming off their neck now. Yeah. Like the longer thumbs with our phones. I don't know. We evolved from.
Well, I always thought maybe they're. Here's the problem: those things that we know as aliens, the grays with the big eyes.
Fiction?
No, I'm about 90% sure they're real. I know they're real.
Yeah, but I'm
90%.
Species, right?
I'm 90% sure those are biological robots, because that is what all the insiders say. They say that the grays are literal biological robots that are like slaves to a bigger, taller entity. That there's 2 different size ones that
Who the fuck says this?
Insiders, whistleblowers, people that supposedly have seen them. So, and then of course there's 3 main races that they talk about, right? They talk about the gray, big-headed types that have the little ones that are short, small, really thin bodies. Those are the robots, right? Then there's ones that are a little bit taller than them that are more bigger. Their head isn't as big. You know, they have pupils, supposedly.
What are those called?
I forget what they call those ones. But then there's the other 2 main species, which are reptilians. Ones that look like big fucking lizards, which I don't know if I believe that shit, but whatever. And then there's they call them the Nordics, which look like almost like humans, but they're like bigger. You can tell there's something off about them, but they have really long white hair, blue eyes.
They don't have to communicate, right? They just kind of communicate through telekinesis.
Yeah, telepathy.
Or telepathy, sorry, telekinesis.
Yeah. Remember that movie? What was that movie that everybody thought was real for a while? Or for like not a while, like I remember when it first came out, I was feeling like, you got to see this documentary. I thought Mila Jovovich was in it, maybe, and it was about aliens, and it was kind of scary. It was like a documentary and a movie playing next to each other in the movie.
It's on a blank. I don't know.
And it was like owls. They had owls, and the owls were the aliens. That the aliens would just implant those memories in your head, so when you thought you were around an owl, that was when you were really around the alien. I can't remember what that movie was, but that shit, a lot of people really thought that was real for a long time, because that's come from insiders and witnesses. And
are you talking about that story or that actual footage in the movie?
That story, like they're implanting memories. Yeah. That's the scary part to me. The scary part has always been to me the abductions. That's the scariest shit, man.
I don't fucking believe any of them.
Have you ever had sleep paralysis, bro?
No.
It's scary, bro. That shit is bonkers.
No, you've talked about it.
Yeah. And the only reason I believe about them is,
I think most alien abductions are just some type of extra release of DMT and it's some type of, I don't know, maybe high stress moment. Or
what about cattle mutilations, dude? That shit's going on right now still.
I'm not saying people aren't getting abducted. I'm just saying I think most people either just
Oh, most people lie about that shit. Don't get me wrong. Most people that say they've been abducted are full of shit, or
Totally.
they've never really been abducted.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then certain people are just kind of they say it, but they don't realize that it's not true because maybe I can't really explain myself.
I know
right
what you
now.
mean. They're saying it because they're like they want the reaction, but
No,
not necessarily.
Even that. No, they actually really think it happened.
Oh,
But it didn't.
yeah.
But it's just because they're maybe
Oh yeah, it could be
not
brain issues.
mentally all there. In
It
a
could,
sense.
yeah, it could be brain issues. It could be just something that you remember from a kid. Like firsthand testimony is bullshit because I was talking to my mom the other night. My parents were over at my house, and me and my brother and my parents, and we were talking about something. And my mom goes, "I remember when that happened, and this, and this." And me and my brother look at her and we go, "Didn't happen that way." And she's like, "Yeah, it did." And we're like, "No, it didn't." And it totally proves that even firsthand testimony, when you think you know something that's happened, sometimes it didn't happen that way.
Yeah.
And
I know someone who thinks that way about everything, like has every memory wrong constantly. You know the guy.
Yeah.
Like you look back in time, like that's not how that happened. Like what the fuck? And there's like literally like 5-6 other dudes like, no, actually it did happen that way.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
but so that happens all the time, dude.
Yeah.
You could have the same incident happen and 4 dudes there, right? And then 10 years later ask them all what happened and it would probably be
4
all be
different
completely
things.
different, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then there's some times when like I'm telling a story that you were there and I remember it correctly, but then you say something that I forgot about and I'm like, oh yeah, holy shit. And then it actually makes me think even more of things I forgot about. I don't know.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. Totally, for sure. Yeah.
So what's this bullshit? Well, actually, did you hear the racist shit Biden's doing
No.
on Newports?
Are you kidding me? Oh, he's making menthols illegal.
He's banning.
I heard that on the radio and I thought to myself, what does it matter if they taste like mint or not? They're not really mint. They taste like shit anyways.
Well, I read an article about it. I guess the theory is because the mint masks like the nastiness of it without the mint, I guess. So people are more subject to become addicted because of it.
So
and then Newports are targeted towards, African Americans and shit, obviously, like the advertisement and everything. So 80% of people that smoke Newports are black people.
Yeah.
So Biden's gonna fucking ban that shit. I don't know. That just seems like
So stupid.
What I'm trying to say is I don't think Biden cares about their health.
No.
So just to me, it's just I don't know. It just seems weird.
I don't get politics at all, bro.
So go buy as many Newports as possible if you smoke Newports.
Bro, politics are so crazy right now, man, that I just like I throw my hands up. And it's I haven't ever seen it flip as fast as it flips. Like in the last let's say 8 years, I feel like every 2 years we have been in a different type of fucking craziness, like either one far right or far left or whatever.
You think it's just because we're older and you're paying attention to it more?
No, dude, I think it's really been crazy lately, bro.
I think so too, because even young kids are into politics now.
Yeah.
And have opinions and views and shit. Like I didn't give a fuck when I was 10, 12.
Not a
15,
single
16.
fucking no.
But a lot of these kids,
Yeah.
they all have like their views on the world already. I'm like, one of my favorite fucking things in the world is watching Crowder go to those colleges and just tear those college kids new assholes, dude. Because he does the ballsiest shit, and he's usually right most of the time.
Yeah.
And then you just feel sorry for these young kids because, well, the best ones are the ones that when he has like just people that completely freak out and can't handle it, and leave. But sometimes he'll have a respectful dude on there.
And he'll change his opinion.
Yeah, or maybe not, but you're just like, that dude's just young and confused. Like, he's actually going to grow up and realize he's an idiot, Let's face it. When you're that age, you think you know everything, and you don't. And I remember my parents telling me that. And they're right. That's a true thing. When you're fucking 18 to 22 years old, you think you know the world. You think you should tell your parents how the world is. You don't know fucking dick.
Yeah. Yep. I remember being in knockdown, drag out arguments with my dad when I was in like high school in my early 20s, or not early 20s,
What
like
about Bush
late
and shit?
teens,
Or?
being anti-gun. I was like, fuck guns. Guns, fucking they.
Now what do you have?
And yeah, and I was so anti-Bush, and I was doing
I
it.
didn't remember that.
Oh,
I
I
didn't
would
know
get in
that.
arguments, because I was like,
But you're listening to gangster rap, smoking
yeah,
weed.
yeah, but I was like an Alex Jones guy when Alex Jones was early
He was
on.
anti-gun.
Oh no,
He's
he was.
he's not anti-gun.
I know, but you know what I mean. Like I'm just doing it to argue at that point.
Yeah,
That's all I'm
Yeah.
doing, and
you just almost do the opposite.
yes, and I think that most young kids, I feel, are that way. Here's the problem, though, is that they don't grow out of it, man. There is some crazy shit going on in Twitter, and
Oh, we're not a political show.
I know I'm not talking about political.
Oh.
I'm just talking about cancel culture
I mean, you
in
cancel. I
general.
don't care.
Yeah, cancel
culture
culture.
is a joke.
In
They were trying
general.
to cancel Billy Crystal today on Twitter
my God.
because he just referred to comedy as a landmine nowadays. But he wasn't saying like anything. When you read the whole thing, if you take that out of context, it kind of does. To the liberals, that's just ammo for them. You know what I mean? But really, he's just making a nonchalant comment. Like, it's a little harder now, but everyone's like, oh, because 10 years ago you couldn't say racist jokes, blah, blah, blah. It's like, you're proving his point right now by getting mad at him on Twitter.
Yeah.
By his comment.
Yeah.
Like, the landmine's going off right
Yeah.
now as you're fucking complaining
I
about
love
this
it,
shit.
bro.
Yeah, I know. I love that shit, too.
But that's what drives me crazy.
I'm
is
still
that-
plugged in, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, these people don't understand. I just don't see how they look at it. They're older and older, like they're in their late 30s, and they still act like they're high school. You know what I mean? It's really fucking weird.
A lot of these kids are living with their parents up until they're 30 years old, and just seem way more baby than we ever were. I remember I was looking at apartment plans when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to move out. I did move out the fucking
Immediately.
day,
Yeah.
right when I was 18. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I fucking went back a couple times, but I never fucking had any plans of staying there anytime. You know what I mean?
Nope.
And these kids are just fucking living with their parents. They're like 30, 35 years old. I know for sure because I know people from Jersey and shit. You can't afford a house in New Jersey, so people are living with their parents, all the time and shit. Everyone's fucking moving out here and shit. But then there's some more crazy shit with that I want to ask you about is this. What the like Warner Brothers? Like, what the fuck are you doing? It's like you fucked up DC enough.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna cast a black Superman, which
Makes
was a
no
great.
sense.
No, it was a great idea at first because we didn't realize it was gonna be Kal-El.
Yes. That's what makes no
That's
sense.
so fucking dumb.
It makes
I
no
thought
sense.
it was gonna be the other one we talked about. I forgot his
Yeah.
name.
Yeah.
What's the other? Not Kal-El, but
I forget his name
oh,
too.
what the fuck? Okay, I'm gonna have to edit this part out because you're supposed to be the comic book genius guy.
Dude, I can't stop yawning, bro.
What happened?
I don't know. It's weird.
Am I
dude.
that boring?
No, I can't stop yawning, man.
It's Did you have coffee today?
Yeah.
It's that 2 p.m. 4 p.m. crash, dude.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, because we talked about the Black Superman before, and I guess there is an alternate Superman where it's
Yeah,
I'm gonna say
Calvin.
alternate, but
Calvin,
like
Calvin Ellis.
yeah, and it's just a different, separate storyline and shit, which they could have totally
Yeah,
used.
Ta-Nehisi Coates, right? Is the guy that's writing it, and he's actually making him Kal-El though now. Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, Kal, yeah.
It's
That's
dumb.
so stupid.
Dumb. I don't.
I've seen people talk about it, like people from the black community. They don't want that either.
Yeah.
Just do it like Marvel, like how they did with Miles Morales and shit.
They feel it feels
It's
too
not-
forced.
That's what it is. Yeah,
It's too forced.
yeah.
Too forced.
And it feels like they're trying to make up for the
Pandering.
shit that Ray Fisher was claiming
Yeah.
on set, and like Warner Brothers has been facing a lot of heat recently,
Yeah.
taking a lot of shit, and it feels
Same.
like they're like, oh well, let's cast a black Superman as Kal-El. Like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yep. Yeah. What's his name? Took a lot of heat. Joss Whedon took a lot of heat from that dude, and maybe that is the reason why they're doing it. I don't know. I also think that here's the problem, dude. The people that is running those two companies, whether it's AT&T, Warner Brothers, or DC, I don't care. DC is in shambles right now, bro. Absolutely in shambles. Their comics are terrible. Their movies are terrible. Their characters are you're starting to lose value on those characters.
And Marvel's killing it so fucking hard.
Yeah.
Especially now that they've incorporated a television shows in between the movies that interlace with them. What the fuck? Do you understand the amount of planning that would have to go into all that shit? That's crazy, dude.
That's why I say in Feige I trust, man.
Oh, fuck yeah. He needs to run Star Wars, dude.
No.
I want to ask J.J. Abrams, you fucking bitch, do you fucking feel bad for what you did to 7, 8, 9? Because you ruined all my you fucking made me a Star Wars hater now, you fuck.
I was going to ask you if
I fucking hate J.J. Abrams now. Fuck him.
I was going to ask you if you've watched Bad Batch.
No, is it good?
It's good, dude. It's really fucking good.
Do I have to know anything from the Clone Wars?
No.
I haven't really watched the Clone Wars.
No, you don't have to know shit.
I don't fucking care, dude.
Yeah. I like it now, bro.
I mean,
it's so good
I'll
now.
Probably watch
Filoni is
Mando.
really doing good shit, bro.
I know, because he did Mando.
And I really think that Lucas realized how much he fucked up, and that's why he's such a big part of it. You know, Lucas
because he needs to be.
He needs to be, and he needs to repent. You know what I mean? This is him repenting.
They need to repent 7, 8, 9, redo him.
I know.
I cannot believe they made her a Palpatine, dude.
Did you hear about this bullshit? And I don't know if this is true too. This is another
rumor report.
Yeah. Brie Larson is gonna be a new fucking Jedi, and she's gonna be the most powerful Jedi.
No, I never heard that.
Yeah, it was on fucking.
In what?
In the new movies that they're making.
Like a 9, 10, 10, 11, 12?
Yeah.
Or
new movies.
Or like a different like.
I don't know if they're gonna go back to the Skywalker saga, which they fucking should. Fix that shit. Go fix that shit. Figure it out.
Fuck it. I don't even care anymore.
That's why
they fucked over
that's
Mark
why people
Hamill.
love Ahsoka.
They fucked over Carrie Fisher.
That's what they need to do.
They fucked them all over, dude.
No, here's
bring him back. You're saying
Obi-Wan, dude. Look at Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan's gonna be.
That's gonna be a badass.
Yeah, and then
and
they can
Ewan
do
McGregor. I trust.
Yes, and then they can do badass Luke era shit and get what's his name that plays Winter Soldier to play Luke because he looks fucking perfect.
Yes,
and they could do dope
Sebastian,
shit.
The fuck
Stan,
yeah, or whatever. Yeah,
he is a fucking 1 for 1 on that.
Do you know who Mark Hamill is doing a movie with right now?
Yeah, he's doing the Machine, dude. That is so amazing, dude.
Every day I think I'm on a different alternative timeline or a different universe, and then I wake up and it's like, what? Mark Hamill's doing a fucking movie with Burt Kreischer? That's fucking
about
weird.
Burt Kreischer?
Yeah, that's odd. Like Mark Hamill's doing a promo.
Did you see that where they did where he's on the jet?
Yeah,
that was funny.
Yeah,
dude.
I was like, but it just I would have never thought. What's funny is I follow them both on Twitter.
Yeah,
never in my life did I think those two forces would combine.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. Dude.
No, it is awesome.
That's what I'm happy about, dude. I'm happy about that shit. And Kathleen Kennedy is getting chopped off at the knees every day, bro. Every day that fucking Filoni and that whole Filoni universe does good, she's getting chopped at the knees. And supposedly fucking they're bringing Carano back.
Who's that?
The chick that they fucking...
Oh, Gina Carano.
Yeah.
They're bringing her... No way.
She's on the new Bear Grylls.
Where did you hear that?
So she's on they're releasing the Bear Grylls episode.
I heard about that. That's for sure.
Right.
You know what else I heard? I heard someone actually found her figures. Because remember they stopped production on the figures? I think they actually made some, and I think some came out because I saw someone found one in a store. I bet you those are worth a killing, dude.
They are. They sell for a lot.
That.
They sell for about $200 a pop.
Dude, we gotta get it. I would love a fucking figure though.
Yeah.
That's another reason I'm like, fuck Disney.
Yeah.
She got fucked for no reason,
Big
dude.
time, bro. and she was a fan favorite. That was but I think that's.
And you know what's funny? She's like my least favorite character, and I honestly don't even think she's that great of an actress on there.
No.
And I wouldn't even care if she wasn't on the show.
No.
But what's like what they did to her, I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Did you saw her interview, right? With
Yeah.
It literally came down to like two
Ben
fucking
Shapiro.
super fucking liberal yuppie pussy ass fucking bitches
Yep.
that are high up on Disney that were like, oh my butt hurts.
Yep.
It's like, I can't believe those people have that much control, dude.
That's what I mean. That's what's
what's
driving
so
me
I know.
crazy, bro.
Oh god.
How are they're
How? Because you're watching Mando and all those fucking Marvel shows every Friday on Disney Plus. That's how. Stop. We got to stop watching that shit. Seriously.
my brother's on me every day. He's like, dude, you fucking
Sell out.
He's like,
Thanks,
dude,
Chris.
dude.
Unplug that shit.
No, my brother's on me every day. Like,
For watching Disney stuff?
yeah, what the fuck are you doing subscribing to that? Quit drinking. My brother's like, don't buy any fucking Coke products anymore. Fuck Coke.
Why fuck Coke? I mean, I don't drink Coke. But
For some reason, you know what I mean? Like, you know, my brother's really into that shit now. My brother's
he's like completely anti-corporation.
oh, my brother is
He just watches Tim Pool all day.
No, my brother is his answer to everything is fucking pussies. He is just fucking on edge, bro. Like on edge, man. And he thinks that all these young people are and
How the fuck does he work at that college then?
He's on edge. I'm telling you, bro. He gets into it with his professors all the time.
That's what I'm saying. He's
Because
gonna
his
get
professors,
fired.
dude.
I would not even want to be
listen to
around
this.
those guys.
So my brother goes like this. So my brother told me the other day that he said, so he was in working with one of the professors, you know, at his job there, and he said to the guy said, hey, can I put this where you're standing? My brother goes, for $5, you know, just fucking with him, and then my brother goes, $5 make you holla, you know, like that, and the guy goes, that was racist, and my brother goes,
Are you
what?
fucking kidding
Yeah,
me?
yeah, and my brother goes, what? He goes, because you said it kind of like you were
Dude, those are the worst people get triggered and shit like that. Oh my god,
because
because
you're a white guy impersonating a black man, and my brother's like, what? So I can't impersonate a comedian or like whatever? And he's like, no. And my brother's like,
what's the dude white?
yeah,
Those
far
it's always
left.
white people doing
It
this
is
shit.
It's
It's
these-
white women.
Yes,
or
it
fucking
is
pussy
these-
ass white dudes.
Yes,
it's always white people.
and
What the fuck?
and our fucking school systems are full of it.
Oh, for sure. The colleges, yeah. That's why, back to Crowder. You've seen those memes where it says, change my mind. That comes, if you don't know where that comes from, that's from a fucking bit that Steven Crowder does. He goes to colleges.
Pull up a table.
He did the most ballsy one of all time, dude. It just said Black Lives Matter is a terrorist support group.
Yep.
And then he was bringing about all these facts about, you know, where the money's really going and all this shit. And
Well, my favorite thing is how everybody's crying about the right hand thing, right? And there's a whole thing going on right now about how the right hand thing is a Black Power movement thing, and then somebody pointed out, oh, well, that's also you know, from communist. You know, that's what the communists do, is hold up your right hand, you know, the red right hand. And they're like, you know, this big whole thing started about it. You know what I mean? And people have gotten to the point where they're forgetting about history. I don't care if that makes you feel bad that you're copying a communist. It happened, and the communists do that. You know what I mean? Same thing as like I think it was Tim Pool that said, you know, the people, I don't care if you're doing this and it got started and you tell me, oh, it got started by the Romans. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? What that means right now is you're acting like a douchebag. You know what I mean? Don't try to tell me otherwise and then forget history. And that is the shit that's happening.
And it's even worse.
Yes.
Then they're taking things that we grew up with and
Yes.
turning into like, now that's racist. Like,
oh yeah,
you know what I mean? It's the opposite. Taking
Yeah.
things that we do enjoy and then making it all like, well, that's like, what the fuck? No.
Yeah. It's weird, dude. It's really weird. And because I think there's an agenda to it, money wise, and it's so politicized now, and it's so fucking deep. But that's the thing that I'm talking about, that I'm getting back at, is I'm just sitting here as a spectator because I don't fuck around with politics, right? I always just think it's so ridiculous and it's laughable. And as a spectator, you're just watching it do this constantly now. It feels like it's
but as a
quick.
spectator, you realize the left and right are just almost,
The same.
Yeah, it's just and they're both bad in just completely different ways.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Because I find myself like ultimately completely like liberal on a lot of things, like drugs, but then I'm like fucking Republican on others, like guns and shit. You know what I mean? So like, why?
I think that's more along the lines of how normal people think, right? They think because of your life's actions and what you learn, as like you were talking earlier, they don't know what life is yet when you're making those type of conversations or talking that way. So when you get to a certain age, you realize that I just want nobody to fuck with me. I don't want somebody to be an asshole anymore, and I want shit to have a good flow to it, right? Just don't fuck with my flow. Don't be an asshole. And that is the normal way of thinking. Too many people now, in my opinion, are pussies.
Yeah, the great example is the conversation your brother had with that guy.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that guy.
Are you telling me that
Dude,
I'm
your
racist
brother,
because I'm
dude,
fucking...
your brother needs to get a TikTok and film all of that shit at that college.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
That's funny shit. If someone said that to me, I would probably fucking laugh.
Oh, he does. My brother does. My brother, I guess...
I would probably like amp it up a little too.
Well, my brother said he caught him singing the other day, and he was singing a Marvin Gaye song, and my brother goes, "Hey, dude, you can't sing that. That's racist."
Yeah, dude, I would look for. I'm gonna watch you, motherfucker. When you slip, yeah.
And that's the sad part, dude. Did you see that fucking video that just came out about that lady just berating that cop? Like, how fast are things changing from like this time last year? Everybody was like, "Fuck cops," and now people are like starting. You can see people starting to get like they're starting to think more respectful about cops. Like, if I was a cop, I would fucking resign.
Oh, for sure. I think they are at they actually are. It's at the most highest rate ever.
Yeah,
good. They're not able to get cops.
Yeah,
and shit.
Good. Like
I don't think that's a good thing, man. Like I don't believe in the whole defund the police bullshit.
No,
I think they
police
actually
are needed.
They need more funding for extra training to get them what they need.
Yes, exactly.
They're constantly scrambling for fucking cops, and they just barely train them. And
well, I think we
Jago
talked
says
about
it best
before.
about fucking just getting enrolled in like basic jiu-jitsu training, twice a week and shit.
Well, not only that, I think, and I can't talk on it because I'm obviously not a cop, but one, I still don't trust cops. I'll never trust a cop because of where I come from, right? Like, every time I see a cop, the first thing I think of is fucking
hide the weed.
Yep.
That's even though it's legal. Yeah.
Yep.
Hide the weed.
So listen, but what is not right is the fucking government and people just completely thinking that all cops are bad.
No.
And that's the problem. But I get it though. There are cops out there that do stupid shit. And that's why I feel like the cops that are the good ones can't come out and be like, this guy's a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? They can't do that. So something's got to change.
Why can't they do that?
What do they call that? Like, you can't step over that. It's a thin blue line.
I know, but that's what people are mad is because that needs to be done.
It needs to be done. You're right. You're fucking A right.
That's why people are upset.
Yeah. Yeah. And here's the other thing. Like, cops, I don't know if cops patrol their communities anymore. I feel like there is no community anymore. Like where
you know them and say, hey,
like where the cops know the business owners or know, the people in this area or this high school or, whatever. It's not that way anymore. I don't know. I just feel like that it's not that way anymore. Because I felt like
I grew up with like knowing any cops in my neighborhood.
Fuck no. Hell no. No. But I will say this, there was a really big change where 90% of people do not trust cops anymore. And at least when I was growing up early on, it was still a thing where it was like, if you saw a cop, you felt like everything was okay. As a young kid, I remember if I saw a cop.
Yeah, and then you started smoking weed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm serious, dude. Like my entire life, I've hated cops because I've always had weed on me, and either nothing ever good has come out of it. I either barely get away, and then my heart's pounding. I'm like, oh my god, how did I not get arrested? Or I got arrested for it. And I know there's white privilege and all this shit. You know what I mean?
Well, that
and
shit's 100% true.
Yeah, and I've gotten away with all kinds of shit, but I've still been in shitty situations with cops where I'm like, motherfuckers, what the fuck? They're getting away with some shit right now. Like, what the fuck?
But we were just watching that video today of like just how obvious it is the other way. Like
what video?
To say that
what video?
The color of your skin isn't going to cause you to catch more shit from certain cops.
Oh, that I know.
You know what I mean? Like that is 100% true, and that's why it needs to change. Something needs to change. You know what I mean? But when it gets to a point where everybody's distrust for cops is that high, there's something fucking wrong for what they're supposed to be.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. You should feel safe.
You should feel safe and trust them. And yeah.
When I don't, honestly, you know, when I don't feel safe is when I have like phobias or like, because cops will just shoot fucking dogs all the time. I hear and read stories all the time about that, and that would just be a nightmare. You get pulled over, and Fabius is like the kind of dog that he's so fucking sweet and friendly that he wants to jump up and kiss everybody. And what the cops like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's the first thing that I always think of. Just don't kill my dog.
Exactly.
Don't kill my dog. Do you see that those people that put down their dog and made a fucking YouTube video out of it to try and so they had a dog for 10 years and then they had a kid, and they said that the dog started showing like aggression towards the kid, so they put the dog down and they made a fucking YouTube video on it, and like we're making money off the YouTube video, you know, acting like how bad it was to put it down and why they had to put it down, and they're fucking catching hell for it right now, man. Everybody's like, what? You couldn't fucking take it to a rescue? You couldn't rehome it? You know what I mean?
That's the one thing. There's one small thing that like pops up once in a while that's fucked up on TikTok, and it'll be like some sad video of something like that.
I can't watch that shit.
I just have to like make sure my algorithm doesn't show that stuff. Like you just have to not follow that
The
stuff.
only thing that I ever share on Facebook is dog shit, and if you ever see something from me on Facebook that I share that's that dog shit, know there's a good outcome. I will never share something that isn't a fucking good outcome. You know what I mean? Like, why would people fucking do that? That shit, that's stupid.
I know. I think, was it Facebook today or the other day? Someone on my friends list posted something, and they had like a dog. The dog died, and they had a funeral for it, and it was an open casket, and they're showing the dead dog in the photo and shit. I don't want to see a fucking photo of a dead dog, man.
No.
That's like...
No, never.
But I'm getting ready to put it in my show.
Well, that's a perfect reason to. I mean, it's so people feel so strongly about it, and it's real emotion.
When a dog dies in a movie is probably like
the worst thing,
the saddest thing ever.
Yeah.
Like when Will Smith had to kill his dog in I Am Legend. Oh man, he's just all.
Do you remember? I think. Do you remember?
He tried to buy that dog. You know that?
No.
But the owner wouldn't let him.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Because he became like really, good friends obviously with the dog. But yeah,
that's
interesting.
Cool.
A little behind the scenes story.
I was. Do you remember like other movies when you were a kid when that shit happened? Like there was the one movie Neverending Story when he had to lose his horse. That fucking shit. So that's how I remember as a kid realizing a person was a real fucking psycho. Like. You know what I mean? Like, if this motherfucker doesn't have emotion to shit like that, you're a fucking psycho.
So you're saying as like if you're a father and you need to see if your child has any emotion, show them the film and see how they react. And if they don't have any emotion, then your kid's gonna be a fucking killer.
Your kid's gonna grow up.
You could raise a kid who's a killer, and he cannot be a killer if you just show him love.
Well, that's what they say, right? Like most people who are kill animals, like most murderers, they kill animals.
All those murderers, dude, most of them
start off
come off of the craziest childhood you've ever fucking seen in your life, of abuse. Yeah. It's the craziest shit.
Yeah.
I think was it Bundy? I think he's like the one that grew up in a normal family, had normal parents, and everything was. They're just like, what the fuck? Why was he like that?
Yeah, that shit's crazy, dude.
But you've seen that documentary about the 3 twin brothers?
Yes.
and that
That's
was
just-
and it's a government
yeah.
experiment,
Yeah.
and they give them different
Bullshit.
scenarios
Yeah.
to live in to see how they're raised. And
Yeah. Sad, dude.
what the
and
fuck
then
was that
and
called? That fucking was so
the
good.
one killed himself, right?
Yeah, so like the guy's going to college. He goes to college. He's walking in, and everyone's walking up like, "What's up, dude? What's up?" And he's like, "What the fuck? What
Yeah.
the fuck? What the fuck?" And he realizes there's someone else there that looks exactly like him. He finds out it's his twin brother. The government never thought this was going to happen. Then they find out there's a third one. They end up
wonder
being
how many-
famous on all these talk shows,
Yeah.
right? And they end up dressing the same. They'll like turn their legs at the same time. But all of it was bullshit. They were just doing it for the cameras. It seemed like that they were all alike, but they were all completely fucking different.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one of them ended up killing himself and shit. And
Yeah. Sad.
God, what is that called? McClay, look it up. No, you
These
don't have
things
to look
are
it up.
dope, dude.
Anyway, we hit the hour mark. We could do like the special dirty talk on
Patreon.
Patreon. Not like. So, do you have anything else? Or?
No, I don't think so, dude. Abby's doing good.
Oh yeah, I wanted to ask about that.
Yeah. Well,
Let's get an update on Abbey real quick.
she's doing
Well,
better than I hoped.
So from the last time you were on, you were talking about how she had to get the surgery, and since then she's had the surgery.
Yeah, she had the surgery. She's like 3 days, or yeah, this is her third day, and she's not acting like normal like she was before she was sick, but she'll play, she runs around, and then but you can tell that she's just getting old and like
I'm sure the surgery took a lot out of
yeah
her.
yeah. But the problem is that the vet. I love my vet, man. My vet is fucking just a really good dude, and he called me because they sent out the pathology on the tumor, and he called me and told me what type of tumor it was, and he's like, these are really fucking ornery, and they come back a lot. So
Can you say what it was called?
a soft tissue sarcoma, I think. And when he went to go pull it out, this is the crazy shit, dude. So when he went to go do the surgery, he told me this way after, when he called me, he's like,
Today, right?
yeah, he goes, in all honesty, like it was touch and go because the tumor was so much bigger than we thought. It was a tip of the iceberg, so they had to go really deep into her chest. And the dogs have a weird thing with their lungs where their lungs have to be under pressure, constant pressure, so a vacuum basically, right? So he's like, it was getting to the point where I was getting towards that membrane, and if I poke that membrane, they can't breathe. He goes, you just have to put it back under vacuum, but it can be touch and go. He goes, but that's the type of things you have to worry about, with the chest, things that are on their chest. And so he's like, he hoped he got most of the margins and everything, but he said it was big, so but she's chilling and she seems to be doing good, and those tumors do come back pretty often, but
He got all of it.
he thinks he did, but he's not sure. And he can never be for certain. But my hope is that, get her another 2 years. It would be wonderful if I got 2 years out of her. You know what I mean? If I could get another year out of her, that'd be great.
Yeah.
So, I'm
Shout out to your vet, man. I'm really sorry that you're going through that. It sucks.
Yeah, it does. It sucks.
I just wish dogs can live as long as humans, man. It's
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Another one of my buddies who does the comic book podcast, he just had to put his dog down, and dude is going through it, and
I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah, it's shitty.
It makes me think of, because Fabius is turning 4 this year, and me and Jordan were pulling up old puppy videos of him. She's like, he's fucking 4 already, goddamn. And we found a little bump under his armpit now, and they're fucking tripping out. So we got to take him in, and it's like, fuck.
And the weird thing is like is because more cancer is happening, but it's also happening in humans. Like, you know what I mean? Cancer is just getting worse and worse every year. So is it more cancer happening because of breeding issues, or because of
Well, I think it's different between humans and dogs. Well, a little different. I mean, I think from humans, it's just all the bullshit that's in our foods, all the crazy chemicals that are.
Well, that's all in dog food too.
Yeah, I know.
And
Yeah, I know. I was going to say that. I didn't want to say that because I don't want to make it seem like that's what you're giving your dog, but you're right. I mean, unless you're giving it elk meat like Joe Rogan does to his dog every day.
Yeah. Yeah. It's processed food. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not terrible, but it's still processed food.
I'm scared of shit of that, dude. Because, my mom, obviously you know, but if the audience knows, my mom passed away from that shit. And, I try to eat right, but I mean, and I'll try to incorporate like blueberries and antioxidants and things like that, but RSO, it's completely unavoidable with our phones and all the actual technology and all that shit too. Hey, buddy.
We're living too long too.
I love you.
I
love you.
It's at some point every human will have some form of cancer by how long we're living. You know what I mean?
I know. You getting up from your nap? Yep, it's 4.
Yep. All right, let's got anything else that you can think of?
Anything, Fabius, that you want to say? All right. Well, we appreciate you guys watching. Again, you can sign up for the Patreon if you want. You can also find some of our gear and merchandise at teespring.com/thebogcast. And that is a wrap on episode 129 of the Bogcast.
Bang!